Are we live? I think we're live. Got colour in my eyes. Oh. Well, we'll wait for some people to turn up. See if anybody turns up tonight. And 2 watchers. 2 people have arrived. And 3 people have arrived. 4 people have arrived. Nobody said hello yet. Hello, Megs. How are you? Oh, now in sprays. Lee, Kerry, how are you? Good evening, Paul. Well, I think there's something quite obvious, and some of you probably already know. I'll just jump in early with this one, but I think you can probably see a difference anyway. I'm hoping you can see a difference to the quality of the stream. Bottle digging, young Kyle, welcome along, Kyle. Yeah, I'm hoping you can see 10 watches and 2 thumbs up. That's not bad going. I'm hoping you can see a difference anyway. I splashed out and I bought a new light. I don't know if you can. Well, you can't see it, but you can see the effect that it's having anyway. And I did a short test video with this new light there a few days ago now, and some people saw it. Some people popped along into the stream. It was a middle of the day thing, so like I say, it was only for 5 minutes or so, just to see what the light was like, and it seems pretty good. It's I'm sure some of you know, but sorry, let me move this little arrow out of the way on my screen here. It's adjustable, so I can make it darker or I can make it brighter. But the main focus, oh gosh, that is bright. That's even brighter, and even brighter again, and brighter again. There we go. That's maximum brightness on that color. And there's 3 color settings as well. So oh, that is way bright. Sunglasses, I can see into next door. Very good. Yeah, and that's more of a sort of bluey tinge. But I think I've settled on this. It's more like a yellowish tint. But I'm just going to take it down a couple of notches, probably to just about there. I think that's quite good, isn't it? And yeah, it's basically it's just a ring light, which is, as it sounds, it's a light in the shape of a ring, and hopefully it's improving the quality, and we're not shows the grey hair. Yes, it does, Dermot. You're absolutely right. Yes, shows the grey hair well and truly, doesn't it? Blimey. Yeah, that's old age for you, Dermot. I tell you, that's what that is. Yeah, I've still got some decent hair on my head anyway. I'm quite happy with that. I'm due for a cut. She wants to cut it. Pam's going to cut my hair, but I was going to grow it. I was going to let it grow long and curly, because I have curly hair naturally, you see. So flashing LEDs and dancing girls. That go down well with her. Dearie me. Yeah, so hopefully it looks better, and we don't have the issue with it going in and out of focus all the time like it was before. When I was streaming before, I had the main bedroom light up here on the ceiling, and I had a small lamp down at the corner behind my monitors here, and the lighting was rubbish, absolutely rubbish. So Going all hippie. Meg's growing my hair. No, I'm not actually. I had my hair long when I was a kid. I used to have it. It used to be sort of down here when I was sort of 5, 6 years old. My hair was down to here, blonde curly hair. I've shown you pictures anyway, and I thought I'd give it a crack at growing it long again, but yeah, it kind of gets a bit unruly. Sort of, there's a stage that I don't like where it's like totally unruly and it looks awful. So I'm thinking I might just let her cut it this time, and we'll not worry about it. So yeah, haircut on the way, but yeah, new light. So hopefully the quality of the stream's a bit better now anyway. So. And we can get decent quality from the webcam as well. The webcam's 1080p, so you'd at least want to be able to see 1080p, I'm sure. So we can check if you've been dusting properly now. Very good. Yeah, Dermot, I've thought about doing it, but to be honest, I'm not willing to take the risk of buggering it up, to be perfectly honest with you. So we have a set of shears, the barber shears that Pam does a number 4, I think she does, and then she just trims a little bit off just to tidy it up around the edges. So keeps me happy anyway. Keeps it nice and manageable as well. So hello, Jen Lee, welcome along. Good evening, Tony. Finding treasure AD's in the house. Tracy. Shame it's not as bright as outside. As bright as outside. It's not bright outside at the minute, Tracy. I'll show you. Look, it's pitch black. It's pitch black out there tonight. Excuse me. I had the Lee Carey. I had the Chris Waddle. Deary me. No more Jason Statham. Very good. You need to keep that quiet. My wife, she loves Jason Statham. She's a big fan of his. No, I haven't been out all week. It's been awful weather. Just constant rain. It's been dreadful. I'm hoping to try and get back up on the farm and see if I can't get a detecting video up on the farm again. But we'll have to see what the weather brings this week. Dermot's not washed his hair in 40 years because there's nothing to wash. Very good. So how's everybody else's week been anyway? Mine's been, like I say, deathly quiet. Out to the shops, get bits and bobs. That's been about it, really, perfectly honest with you. I did have a pint one day this week, and I might just sneak one in tonight. Spray says it's pitch black because I'm using hot power to run the light. Dear me. Bottle digging Kyle says, how do you change your YouTube profile picture? When I try it, it comes up with a tab which says something that I can't remember. When I click it, it comes up with a blank screen. Kyle, I can't tell you exactly. My best tip for you is to go onto YouTube and look up a video for how to change your profile picture. I think you have to. I think initially for your profile picture, I mean, mine's got the little photo of a ginger beer bottle. If you want to change that one, you have to do it through your Google account, as far as I understand. But then if it's for things like your banners, you know, for your channel banner, which goes across the top of your screen, then you change that within your YouTube Studio account, I believe. I could be completely wrong though on that. So, but look up a video on YouTube. There's loads of people. I usually, if I'm ever stuck, I just look up a video on YouTube and it tells you how to do it. It's brilliant. Yeah, so all quiet this week, to be perfectly honest with you, with not getting out, and which is a bit of a letdown, and it's given me a sore back as well. It's given me a bad back because I'm doing a lot of sitting around, and I shouldn't be. But yeah, hopefully I'll get out this week, and we'll get a detecting session in somewhere, a detecting session or a beachcombing session actually. And I've still yet to meet up with Simon as well. If Simon pops in at some stage, Simon, I haven't forgotten about you, and I've not fallen out with you. You know I haven't. But yeah, I need to sort out a session with Simon detecting as well. So Lee Carey, 1900 Vaseline and a Fireside Beauty bottle this week. The bottle was for polishing the iron fires. Oh, very nicely. Sprays. Another terrorist attack again in London 4 hours. Is that the one in Streatham? I believe 2 people were stabbed and the attacker was shot. I do believe shot dead at the scene. So. Yes, Megs, I am a bit stuck indoors and it's terrible. I hate being indoors. I love being outside. Even if it's just a walk down into town, I love it. So. Yes, Carl, it's been pouring down with rain all day today. Like I say, I've been dying to get out, but the weather's just been absolutely dreadful, and it makes for terrible videos as well and it makes you feel miserable. You know, if you're out and you're trying to enjoy yourself and it's just pouring down with rain, it's the worst thing. But Steve Diamond in the house. Hello, Steve. Hopefully you can see the better quality now as well, Steve. Yeah, let's have a look at this this news of this attack in Streatham, I believe it is. Streatham terror attack. There we go. Let's go to the Guardian. Streatham attacker named as convicted terror offender Sudesh Aman. Latest updates. Police confirm a man was shot dead in terrorism-related incident on Streatham High Road, South London. At the time of his conviction, Acting Commander Alexis Boone, then head of the Metropolitan Police Counter-Terrorism Command, said Aman had a fierce interest in violence and martyrdom. Boone said his fascination with dying in the name of terrorism was clear in a notepad where he covered blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go on reading that. So, but yeah. Yeah, well, there you go. Like I say, I do believe 2 people were stabbed. 3 people injured, and the subject was shot and I believe killed. So yeah, so there you go. Oh. What we got here? Paul Riding, just started watching your videos today. Look forward to catching up with your back catalogue. Oh, well, thank you, Paul. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you stick with it, and I hope you see something you like. I try and keep it different. I try and keep it mixed up here and there, so it's not all one thing all the time. And I hope that shows through in my videos. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat down here at the side, and hey, the world is the world, isn't it? And you know, it's not all sunshine and flowers and puppies all the time. It's unfortunately sometimes it's things that are a lot darker. But yeah, it is what it is. Sprays had to dry my detector out on radiator after going out with it the other week. Not worth it if it's really wet. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's a bit of a it's a bit of a risk really when it's when it's pouring down with rain, because you risk if your machine's not completely waterproof. Like mine, it's not completely waterproof. Well, neither of them are, to be perfectly honest with you. I've got waterproof cover for the Golden Mask, but still, it's not watertight as such. So any water getting into the cable connections or anything like that can cause all sorts of damage and rust and shorts and things like that. So yeah, it's pouring down with rain. It's not worth the risk really of damaging the machine. Yeah, and the coronavirus as well. Yeah, that seems to be blowing up at the moment. But I did see I did see a graph style image that showed some of the deadliest diseases and just how percentage wise how dangerous they were, and things like SARS that we've had before, Ebola, that kind of thing. Those are all rated as much higher infection rates than the coronavirus. So, and the coronavirus, by the way, I understand is nothing new. It's been out there for quite a long time. Yeah, Lee, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I think I've said it before that metal detecting is one of those things where it takes you out of the world and it puts you into a little focused world of your own, really, where you can concentrate and concentrate on the hobby that a lot of us love. So it's great for that, and it's great for peace and quiet and tranquility, whatever you want to call it, and a great time to be able to reflect on some of the issues in our lives, and sometimes to be able to just switch off from those issues and, like I say, just put your head down and listen to the beep 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 and take it as it comes. Finding treasure. Tony says, why did they name a virus after a lager, Corona? Hey, come on, Steve. I tend not to do politics, to be perfectly honest with you. Politics is one of those things that divides people, and I hate divisive subjects. So I'm not a huge fan. I'll certainly when the times, if the situation's right, then I'll give my opinion on a subject. But I don't think our little Saturday night chats are are up to political transgressions. Let's put it that way. Tracy Roberts, I think I might have bottle digging virus. Oh, Tracy. It's a terrible thing to catch, I must admit. Megs, did I put a video out since the last live? I did, yes, on Wednesday, wasn't it? After the Sunday, the Wednesday. I put a video out every Wednesday. So I should remember the title of it being my channel, shouldn't I? You would think I would remember the title of it, but hang on a second. Here we go. Let me just go into my videos here. Excuse me. Yeah, that was on the 29th of January. That was the beachcombing turns to beach detecting turns to beachcombing. That's what that video was. So I went down to the beach and I started metal detecting, and there was signals were few and far between, and I started finding all those interesting bits of pottery and so on and so forth. So yeah. Kyle, see when you change your image on your Google account, it probably won't change. You probably won't notice a change for a few days yet. It doesn't change straight away. It has to go back to the Google place, wherever its servers, wherever they are, and it'll have changed over there. And so it's usually a couple of days, and it'll change. Megs, bats carry corona, many strains of corona. We have many bats here, but we don't eat them like some. Yeah, well, indeed. I do believe that's part of the issue as well, is that the Chinese have such a love for the bizarre foods and things that you generally wouldn't eat. Then they tend to eat, and I do believe that this has come from eating infected bats. I do, although don't hold me to that. Yeah, Megs, the piece of like that pale blue aquamarine colour, wasn't it? With what I think was Queen Victoria, a very young-looking Queen Victoria, anyway. I imagine it was maybe from some sort of jug, so maybe a commemorative jug of some description. I don't know, to be perfectly honest with you, but there was nothing I could do with it, to be perfectly honest with you, and it was. I suppose I maybe could have cut out the section where she was, but there was like you see in the video, there's like a black frame print around her, and that was broken across there. If that hadn't been broken, I probably would have taken it, to be honest. But yeah, I decided that I would leave it in the position that it was, really. See if anybody else wanted it. All right, well, I'll tell a lie, Kyle. Maybe it does change quite quickly then. I know I've changed mine. Well, I don't change it that often. Well, I've not changed it for ages. So yeah. Yes, Steve, you're absolutely right. Steve's just saying bottle tigger. I'm sure he'll love that. Bottle Digger Tom has had some great videos recently. The dump that he's on is fantastic. Although if I was him, I probably would have spaced the videos out a little bit a bit wider, really. But yeah, no, he's doing great on the dump that he's on. Some lovely finds. That octagonal cod's really an interesting bottle, I must admit. Never seen one of those before. Take it easy, Tony. Speak to you next time. Gosh, my throat's getting getting a rather sticky. Megs says go back and get it. Do you know, Megs, it might still be there next time I go down. You never know. It's a pretty quiet stretch of beach. It's just dog walkers, really, that sort of wander about, and they're usually out on the sandy sections there. So Spray, is Chinese eat anything really due to shortage of certain foods? Yeah, well, I suppose if you're pushed and you're hungry, then you will tend to eat things that you wouldn't normally eat. Barry Bark says, "Am I still dieting?" Yes, I am, Barry. I'm trying my best. Although I think I'm actually about to go and get a pint of John Smith's, actually, because I've got a taste for a pint tonight. So no grapes tonight, John. Right, I tell you what. Look, 17 people watching, 7 thumbs up. That's no good. Well, now it's gone down to 60. Oh, that's probably Tony that's just left. Yeah. So listen, I'm going to leave you to it for 2 minutes while I go and pour this this pint of John Smith's. So behave yourselves. I'm just going to turn the volume off as well. And we're back in the room. Where were we? Where were we? Boop, 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 boop. John Knights has opened the curtain. What for, John? So you can see the blackness of night. Very good, Lee. Oh, Steve, with another video. Not seeing you do anything for ages, Steve. Yeah, hopefully, Megs. Hopefully, it will turn up very soon. Oh, look, we're going out of focus. There we go. We're back. Yeah, hopefully, Megs, it'll arrive with you this week. Unfortunately, like you say, the Australian Post is not the greatest. I can't vouch for it myself. I can only vouch for Royal Mail and some of the other postal companies that we have here in the UK. But Spray says, "I'm sure you can eat dog in restaurants in China. I've seen it somewhere. I believe you can. I believe they have a dog meat festival every year. So, oh, Simon is here. Yes, Simon, I've just got one in. It says Copperberg. That's the only clean glass I've got. Ignore it. It's not Copperberg. It's a pint of John Smith's proper Yorkshire bitter. John Knight says we have to fiddle with something when you're gone. Meg says Sprays, they eat cat and dog. They do in Vietnam and Korea. Yeah, indeed they do. Steve says really rare items have been found recently. I know one or two of the bottles that Bottle Digger Tom has found have been quite rare pieces. So, and fair play. I mean, he puts in some bloody hard work, I must admit. But it's, do you know what? When you've got a nice dump, it doesn't. It might seem like hard work, and it is physically. It can be very hard work, but it soon all pales when you get something nice out of it. You soon forget all the hard work and the struggle that you've put in. Bottle Digging Carl was given his first flagon yesterday. Well, very nice, Carl. It's something I don't have yet. Oh, a Belfast flagon as well, Kyle. Yeah, I used to live in Northern Ireland, not far from Belfast actually. I used to work in Belfast as well. Sprays. Oh God, I couldn't eat a dog. I would be rough in the morning. Sorry, there's voices and stuff outside the door here. So. I was saying earlier on, Simon, I've not forgotten about you. The weather's been absolutely dreadful, and well, as I'm sure you're fully aware. So, but we will, in fact, let's have a nosy, see what the tide times are this week. Let me see when I can do. Not Wednesday. Thursday. Jesus, that's getting late as well. That's like 3:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. It's quite high tides as well, Simon, actually. 1.2 meters. That's on Tuesday. So the tides are quite high at the minute. Anyway, I'm sure I'll speak to. We'll see what the weather's going to be like. Tracy says it's such a shame to think of all the rare bottles that have been broken or burnt. Well, indeed, Tracy. It's but then again, you know, at the time they weren't rare, and nobody knew that they ever would be. Anybody that has that information, something that's going to be rare in the future, then they'd be a rich person. Yeah, that's an option, Simon. I must admit. Like I say, I'll see what days I'm available. I've got to pick my glasses up this week. That's either Monday or Tuesday. Pam's got I'm going shopping on Wednesday, and Pam's got an appointment at the dentist on Wednesday as well. So maybe Thursday or Friday, somewhere around there, I might be able to sort out a day. Oh. Well, I can't think I have much else to tell anybody about anything this week. I really can't think of anything. Nothing going on as usual, like I say. Not being able to get out, which is one of the worst things. I've put some of the stoppers, some of the bottle stoppers onto my eBay as well. So some of them are up for sale. If anybody's interested. Philip Haley says, "What about local hunts?" Well, if you've got permission on the land, then local hunts are always good. But if you're meaning paid hunts, Philip, I don't do them. The phrase "hit and miss" comes to mind, and I did one once, and it was a complete miss. I mean, there was literally nothing to find in the fields that we went in. So I gave that up as a bad job. My farm permission, my main permission is 500 acres, and I've got free rein right across it. So I've more than enough to be getting on with there. Kyle, I've got them on in batches of 6. I'm putting them on in batches of 6 random, and I've got them up at I think it's $9.99, and that's free postage in the UK as well. So because postage will be about £3 because of the size of the stoppers. Simon, I'm not sure who you mean. If you want to speak to me privately, then speak to me privately, and if it's that person, then I'd rather not mention him on the channel. So Megs, they're not at all, actually. I've like I say, I sold some of the bomb shrapnel key rings. I sold a couple of those initially, but it's all gone quiet on the sales front. eBay is one of those things. It comes and goes. One day you might get 2 or 3 sales, and then you'll get nothing for a month. It's it's one of them things. The stuff can just sit there, and you know, it comes and goes. People come and go, and they see things, and yeah, I just leave it to kind of sit and sort of tick along at its own pace, really. Steve. Right, okay, Steve and Simon. Yeah, okay. I'm sure Simon will fill me in when we speak privately. So, but yeah, like I say, I'll not mention it here because I don't think there's much point in giving someone that kind of platform, or giving them any more ammunition to go off on one than they already have. So. Boo, 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 boo. Megs, I can't wait for your summer to see you in the woods with the streams and the lovely views. Well, thanks, Megs. I'm hoping it'll snow for you, actually. I keep saying to the wife that you're the one person that wants to see the snow. You want to see up in the woods and see it thick with snow, and I'd like to see it thick with snow as well. Actually, it's just another world when it snows up there. So fingers crossed. At some point, you know, you never know. Within the next month or two, we might get a bit of snow up there. And if we do, I'll be straight out in it. I'll make a video for you, Megs. Yes, that's exactly how a burn is spelt, Megs. I call them streams all the time, streams and rivers. I think it's usually streams, they're burns. A river's a river, as I believe. Philip Haley, your local hunting ground is Temple Newsham, Philip? Really now? Funnily enough, Philip, I used to live in Whitkirk many moons ago, and I still do visit it. My father still lives there, and we'll be down there in was April, May, I think it is, that we're planning to be down there again to visit my father and my wife's son and his our grandson and his wife. So yeah, so there's a strange one for you, Philip. I used to go to Temple Newsham all the time when I was a kid. Used to ride my bike up there. Lee Carey, personality over fines any day. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You can see people that find things, and they're really not that interesting. The people in themselves, which is a shame, because I suppose it does spoil it somewhat for viewers if somebody doesn't have any real sort of personality. Yeah, Bottle Digger Tom was talking about fakers on YouTube as well, and he was making some valid points, to be perfectly honest with you. And like I say, you've only to, I think we discussed this a little bit last week, and that you've only to watch for certain telltale signs, and you'll see who's faking and who's real. You'll see it very quickly. But yeah. Sprays, have you ever detected in snow? I haven't detected in snow, no. It it snowed quite heavy here. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was last year, or maybe just the year before. But yeah, we had about 2 feet of snow. And there was absolutely no point. I mean, what are you going to do with 2 feet of snow above the soil? So no, I've never detected in the snow. Sorry, excuse me. I've got a right lump in my throat tonight. Spray says, years ago we used to do York and Lincolnshire in the snow. More digging. I would imagine it is a hell of a lot more digging. Yeah, it doesn't sound like my idea of fun. I mean, I love the snow, but I love metal detecting, but I wouldn't mix the two. It doesn't sound like fun to me. Yeah, there are. Sorry, Megs is just pointing out where Tracy said that she had snow last Monday and went detecting in it, and Meg says that you must be in another part of Scotland. Yeah, indeed, there are parts. Some of the mountains here are actually snow capped at the moment. So, and they're the mountains over towards Arica, what they call the Arica Alps, and yeah, they're snow capped. So you wouldn't have to travel a huge distance to find snow in Scotland. And some parts of Scotland can be covered with snow all year, but metal detecting in Alaska, welcome along. I'm sure it's nice and cold in Alaska at the moment. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to say hello to each other. Minus 34 degrees. Wow. Wow. We've got two ends of the spectrum here, because we've got Megs in Australia who's got 40 degrees centigrade and 100% humidity, and then we've got we're metal detecting in Alaska, Keithy, who's got minus 34 degrees, which I can't imagine it being that cold. I think I said once before, the coldest I've known it's when we lived in Northern Ireland, and we had a winter one year, and it was minus 16 degrees centigrade, and I drove to work, and I got halfway to work, and the car started to overheat. The water in the cooling system had frozen solid, so I literally had to stop for about 15-20 minutes, and the warmth of the engine finally melted the snow in the cooling system, and I could set off again. But yeah, insane. Spray's got to put my earphones in the laptop. Alice is giving me yap. She's trying to watch telly. Tell her to shut up. Metal detecting Alaska. We got in a hot tub last night at minus 34 degrees. That must be an experience, I must admit. And I must admit, it must be quite risky as well, going from that cold, getting into hot water. Must be there must be some risk involved there. Oh, buffering. Am I buffering for everybody, or is it just poor old Megs in Australia that's buffering? Is everybody buffering, or is it absolutely fine for everybody tonight? No buffering in Alaska. Good. Philip Haley, things fine here. Good. So tell me, Philip Haley, whereabouts do you live in Leeds then? Are you local to Temple Newsam as well? Simon works in minus 25. He's got a circle spinning, but it's not stopping. Oh, okay. Lisa Fight's okay there. Oh, East End Park, Philip. I used to live down near East End Park as well. Just on the other side of York Road. You know where the old Pause for Thought place is? On the other side of York Road there, just in the flats behind there. I used to live there. Used to go up to East End Park when I was a kid. Loved it up there. Lee Kerry's got a circle going round and round in the middle of the screen. Megs is back. Megs is better. I fear. Hello. Are you the one with the Tato eating video who used to live in Northern Ireland? I am, I fear. Yes, that's me. That's an old video, I fear. Yeah, I've yes, Philip Haley, just literally on the other side from the Irish Centre across York Road, and just a little bit further down, you see the first big block of flats as you're going into Leeds, not as you're coming out on York Road, as you're going into Leeds on York Road. There's an old building on the front facing York Road. It used to be a Pause for Thought pet shop. I'm not sure what it is now, to be perfectly honest with you, but there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 blocks of flats that run down the hillside behind there. I used to live in the first block, just there. So traveling hobo, yes, Sprays, very much so. I've lived in a lot of places, and we've traveled around a lot. I fear, how's the wife doing? She's doing very well, I fear, thank you. She's she was sick there last week. I think she had some sort of virus. She's still not 100% from it. She got some anti-sickness tablets from the doctor. Her eating is starting to pick up now as well, so that's always a bonus. But no, thank you for asking. She's doing not too bad at the moment. Thank you. Simon says to get rid of the circle that's going round in the middle of the screen, close the window and open it again. Oatley Kerry sorted. Oh, Philip says it still is Pause for Thought. Well, there you go. There you go. It used to be a pub many years ago. Did that place, Philip? I can't remember what they called it actually. But yeah, I lived there with my grandmother, and she'd lived there for years and years and years. In fact, my dad lived there when he was a young lad as well. Oh well, thank you for that, I fear. Yeah, like I say, guys, she's feeling a lot better than she was. She was terribly sick, but no, she's feeling a lot better now. So Lee Carrick, Lee Marvin, yeah, Born Under Wandering Star. I think that's what you're getting. Is it? I know I'm not going to sing that. I've not had enough beer to sing, and I think the copyright would have us buggered as well. Metal Detecting Alaska says the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, were out in Canada last night. You even saw the purple and the red. Well, that's a very nice thing to see. We do occasionally get some Aurora Borealis up here in Scotland. I've never seen it myself. It would be something quite amazing to see, I must admit. I fear, call me Jack if you like, because my YouTube channel has a weird name. Okay, Jack, I'll call you Jack. I fear, Jack. I don't know what it is, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's one of those things that's been going on for many years, and it will likely go on for many more years. And it's not only London. I know Scotland has had an issue, and still does have an issue with knife crime, but it's desperately sad, really, when people have to resort to carrying knives. But but it is what it is, and I think that's a discussion for another channel. We don't do politics or legal stuff on this channel generally. We tend to keep it light. We like to keep it light on here. Metal Detecting Alaska. I live less than 100 miles from the Arctic Circle. Yeah, indeed, it is. It would be the cap of the world. Yeah. Yeah, again, I fear we were talking about it earlier. It's terribly sad, but you know, it's just the world, unfortunately, and that's the way some people work. Simon says Glasgow is the stab capital of Britain. Oh dear. I shouldn't laugh. I've been in Glasgow loads of times. Love the place. Really enjoy it. Well, apart from having to be dragged around shops by my daughter, I quite enjoy going to Glasgow. Fear Jack, was your Tato video meant to be ASMR or just a review of a packet of crisps? Do you know what, Jack? That was really in the sort of beginnings of my YouTube career, and I wasn't going any specific direction. I wasn't metal detecting at that time, and I was trying to find a direction to go in with the channel. So I just tried out. I think they call it mukbang, which is eating, because some people enjoy watching other people eat for some reason. But yeah, I tried it. I tried a few videos, and it never really took off. So, and then we moved here to Scotland, and I got the chance to start beachcombing, and that's the direction that the channel went in. We went beachcombing, and then I went bottle digging, and then I found a bottle, sold it, and I bought a metal detector. So we started metal detecting, and now we do a bit of whatever we can find to do at any one time. So occasionally we might do beachcombing. We've done bottle digging in the past. We've given that up recently because, well, for over a year now. We'll not go into that. It's a long story, is that one. And if you maybe look back on some of the videos, you might see, or some of the live streams anyway, you might get a gist of what that's about. But I'll not go into that. And yeah, we do beachcombing and metal detecting, and we go for walks, and we look at little bits of history locally, that kind of thing. So yeah, like I say, I try and keep it interesting. I try and keep it different, because I know if you stick to one subject, it can get boring quite quickly for a lot of people. So yeah, a lot of people seem to find that the eating crisps and the toast and the cereal is quite funny. Steve, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like I say, I'm waiting for the weather to brighten up, and I'm going to have a crack at the dump that's on my farm permission. See if I can get dug into that for a couple of days and see if we can't get something out of it. But other than that, I've had no real interest in, and you know the reason why is because I just fell out of love with it after things went on. So yeah, I would love to get back to it, and I just don't have the love for it really. But Spray says, "Is that border gone up yet, Rob?" Now we have Brexited. Come on, let's stay off the politics. Oh dear. The big man Simon says, "If I had a garage workshop, I would start a restoration channel." Yeah, it's something I would like to do. Although I think I do too much, to be perfectly honest with you. It's trying to find the time to fit things in. And I'll show you something that I did buy at one stage. I bought this little lighter. Oh, I bought this little brass lighter at one stage, and it's a. Let's see if I can read it. Oh, get a polish here. It does need a proper polish up. It's a Komoy. It's a Komoy brass pocket lighter, and I bought it. It was in terrible condition when I bought it. Bought it off of eBay, and it was only a few quid. And I thought, right, well, I'll give it a shot. And I basically polished it, and I had to get a new a new screw for the base for where the flint goes into the tube there. So I had to get a new screw for that, and it's not perfect, but I don't know if there's any fuel in it. It does work now. Yeah, there's no fuel. The fuel's dried up that was in it. I'm gonna put a little bit in it at the time, but yeah, trimmed and replaced the wick as well. But yeah, there's no fuel, so she's not going to light up. But yeah, it was a nice little thing. These, I believe, they're actually sold. They're commonly sold as a World War I or World War II lighter, trench lighter, they call them. They're not actually World War One or World War Two. I think these were released in the 1950s. But yeah, they're a nice little slimline lighter, basically. I mean, I don't smoke anymore. I stopped smoking six odd years ago now. So, but I just like nice little engineered things, you know. And that to me is a nicely engineered, simple engineering is fascinating to me. So that's one that I cleaned up basically and restored a little bit. It's just a little trial, a little play for me, really, more than anything. So, but like I say, it's having the room to be able to do all these things, and I just don't have the room. I told you guys before, I could give you a tour of the flat, but it would last all of like 2 minutes, if that. It's that small. So where were we? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Metal Detecting Alaska says they call Alaska the last frontier. Most people wear sidearms here, mainly because there are wild animals that will eat you. I can't even imagine that. I get worried if there's a dog off its lead. Oh dear. Yeah, on the carpet restoration. Yeah, like I said last week, you know, that's my best performing video. Month after month, it's the best performing video that I have, and it's amazing for what it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I will. I will get into the dump on the farm, Megs, without a doubt. There are some good hints on there. I mean, there's old stone butler's sinks or Belfast sinks, as some of you might know them. They're like a big square stone sink. So there's like 3 or 4 of those that have been tipped on there over the years. So I'm hoping as I get further down that there might be some nice bottles here and there. With it being a farm, you would expect that there might be things like cream pots and beer bottles and maybe poisons as well. So, but like I say, I'll get into it within the next couple of months. I will certainly have a go. Paul Riding, I'm holidaying in southwest Scotland this Easter. Any recommendations for beach combing there? I don't know the area southwest. Let's see where it is. West Scotland. Oh look, there was a visitor's guide. Southwest Scotland, things to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop that before that loads. So it looks like you're going to be around, what's that area there? The Dumfries and Galloway area. What I would say to you is look at where you're staying, look at the beaches that are closest to you, and Google those beaches for images. You'll probably find, also look for local history pages as well, local history websites. They usually be a good source of information as well. So you might try nosing at Facebook groups, local Facebook groups, history groups as well, because you might find some information there. I fear, can you do a video on eating walkers now you have access to them, as we would like to see your reaction to the comparison of Tayto and walkers? I wouldn't even need to do a video for that, to be perfectly honest with you, because there is no comparison. Tayto cheese and onion is like top tier crisp. Walkers I would actually put probably mid to low tier. In my book, crisp for a potato crisp, there is nothing that will ever beat the Tayto cheese and onion. And that's the Northern Ireland. There are 2 versions, actually, believe it or not. There are 2 versions of Tayto crisps. There's the Northern Ireland brand, and then there is a Southern Ireland or the Island of Ireland brand as well. And they're a completely different crisp again. The Northern Ireland one in the yellow packet is top tier. It is unbeatable for a potato crisp. So yeah, that's all I need to say on that matter. Oh dear, I fear you're not going to go along those lines, are you? Because that's really not very funny. I always switch my metal detector off as soon as I see a dog when I'm hunting. I don't, Phil, to be perfectly honest with you. Unless the dog's coming bounding at me, then in which case I'll lift it up in the air and clout the thing. Yeah, I know, Simon. There are lots of people around here that ask for them every now and again. I presume for gardening. They make nice garden features, but these ones are all they've sort of been chipped and damaged along the edges. So I doubt they would be in that sort of price range, unfortunately. Yeah, Lee, I'm hoping that the farm permission that the dump works out well on there. Like I say, I did last year. I did have a little trial dig, and I did say the last time I was on it, it was covered in wild garlic, and the smell is just it's unbearable, really. There's that much of it. So yeah, hopefully within the next month or two, I'll get on it and we'll have a dig and see what's in there. So yeah, indeed, Philip Haley's side by side maps is a great thing to be able to use to check the history of a local area as well. Metal detecting Alaska. Can I ask a crazy question? What is a crisp? A crisp is a very, very thin slice of potato, and it's usually fried or baked, and it has a flavoring put on. And we put them in and they come in a bag about this big, about 25 grams, and yeah, we eat them. The what Americans call potato chips. Americans call them a potato chip. We call them crisps here in the UK. Because they are, as they sound, they're crisp when you bite them. Yeah, I think that was that person was getting a little bit out of hand there, so he's gone. Sorry about that. He started off. It's one of those things, when you do YouTube, and especially if you do live, there are people that will sit and they will just go through live streams and just be a general pain in the backside, really, and it's something we have to deal with. So, but he's gone now, so. GM Lambert, I've no idea how you've ended up here. I really don't. Spray says Walker's charge £1 for about 6 crisps.